ATG from Kilmarnock town, got your hustle down. Streams the pool games live, makes our day come alive. Early mornings on your grind, Tesco shift unwind, but you find the time to play, stream the virtual day. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand.
And it's a sucker scratch. Look at the line. Commentator's eye. Don't say I didn't warn you.
OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand, amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. Early riser, work all done, streams the games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
This for the 101. Absolutely sensational once again.
Virtual cue in your hand, amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. The games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
That was fantastic.
Well, good evening everybody. Welcome back to VP4TV. We've got, one, possibly two matches tonight in the Virtual World Snooker Championship. We are going to start, hopefully, with this one-loss side match. Liddle is in a room getting practice. I presume he's practicing. And we wait on you-know-who turning up. He's going to hang about and delay and come in at the last minute. We're waiting on STUB, and it'll be a race to 4. And let's hope that we don't have any of the insanity we had last night, because I still can't work that out. That's got me completely and utterly baffled. We also have the winner's side match, I beg your pardon, between LS3 and Whiskey. Race to 6. That goes in an hour and a quarter's time at 7 p.m. 7:15 p.m. British summer time, and depending how things go, we'll decide where we're going to go at the end of the day. But we're going to start with the first match. Don't forget, we have the big match tomorrow night between MC_Clarky and Coldest Pillow, and that goes ahead at what the hell time does it go ahead at? I can't even see that. I'm sitting in front of it. 8 o'clock. So I'm on my day off. as of now, or my 2 days off, so I don't go back until Friday. So it doesn't matter what time they were going to play at, I was going to be there for it. So that's one to look forward to. So all we have to do now is twiddle our thumbs and wait and see if STUB's going to get in on time or he's going to faff around. I think that the second option will be what he'll do. He's not been in at any time I've been here this afternoon getting any practice, and we'll see how that pays off for him. I haven't a clue again how this Liddle guy plays, but I will make a judgment. You know how I watch a player, especially at snooker. I will decide and make up my mind on how he's going to play, because if he's going to start going at balls and going at shots, he's just playing into STUB's hands. STUB will score enough points to win frames if Liddle is going to go about it that way. So we will see what sort of game he has, and I don't just mean pot and balls. I have some good afternoon to Calder's Pillow. I have some bad news. I spoke to Albinario on Facebook. Albinario had his wires crossed clearly about the deadline time. I told him that the deadline time for him was midnight tonight. He was thinking it was midnight tomorrow night, but it is midnight tonight, his time, which is 11 p.m. my time. And now that I clarified that with him, Albinario says he will have to forfeit because he's on holiday. So Rosin is going to get through after all, and Albinario will go to the one-loss side, which Albinario will still be more than good enough to get through that, although it depends who he may have to play, because there are certainly a couple of players could give him problems, none more so than Matt or Coldest Pillow. But to be honest with you, with what's left in the tournament, not a lot more. We will just have to wait and see how things pan out. That's all we can do. So we're a minute away from the room going up, and we just wait on STUB arriving. Well, that's the other thing. I forgot to mention Rodney. But again, it's not just about a potting game. So the match is the one that we're going to start with STUB if he comes into the lobby, and then we'll have a look at this Whiskey LS3 match, provided it goes ahead as well. So the room is up. Liddle, I assume, will get himself in. He's still in his own room. Now, I presume everybody that's here got a chance to see Tam's video that I played before the start. I hope you noticed that he had, STUB has arrived. I hope you noticed that he had my 75 to 101 run out that I did against him. I hope you noticed that. Right, here we go. We've got STUB on the right, Liddle on the left. Liddle's a 1780 player, so it doesn't suggest that he plays a lot of snooker. Although at least he's not below 1500, which would really be a bad sign. So Liddle has won the lag. Let's see if he knows how to break off. Right, he's got the right hand side in the cue ball. The pace is just a bit short. Welcome to Cobra. Did you see Tam's song Cobra that he did? I hope you did, because you're going to see it a lot. I think it's going to be a hit in the charts. Well, is STUB going to try and get? No, he's just going to have a bang. I was just about to say, is he going to try and get around behind the black, because he could have put bottom in that cue ball to try and spin in behind the black there, possibly. Ah, look at that. There's a weird one. STUB just get muted, but he was in the middle of typing stuff and he comes up in blue. This needs to just bump the brown. That will do nicely. I noticed Tarek was in Slim stream the other night. Why the hell is he not in my stream? Somebody grab him and get him dragged in. That's a poor miss. Oh, STUB rants about everything. Now, you know, if this is me, I'm not going for that red. What I'm doing is skimming off the red next to the blue and dropping in behind the green and brown. That's what I'm doing. But STUB again, you know, the 9-ball mindset. If you see a ball and there's a pocket for it, he's going to go for it. That doesn't win you snooker frames, let alone matches. But he needs to get power in this and get the hit. And he hasn't really. That needed a bit more pace to. And I mean, that was a good enough angle to get a hit on those reds. It wasn't the best shape at the back of the pack, but at least he's got something to go for. Well, we've had a beautiful day here in southwest Scotland. 70 degrees, hardly a puff of wind, nice blue sky and sunshine, and then the forecast is not so good for the next couple of days. I think there might not be a lot of rain, but today was very nice. A nice, pleasant summer's day. Now again, I'm going to tell you the shots that I would play each time. I'm coming off the thin edge of that red next to the green and down into the blue, yellow, and brown corner. That's where I'm going, because you can leave that red there, and your opponent's going to take it on. He's not going to get a lot from it anyway. You know, and all STUB's doing is just feeding his opponent doing this. I would never have took that red on, but that's just the way I play the game. I play it a bit more properly than the way STUB wants to go about it. He wants to be a potting genius. Stubb's going to win this 4-0 unless he's a complete numpty and he does something daft, because Liddle's not going to cause him any problems. I can tell that straight away. A simple black, and you can't miss them. Now I need to have a quick look at this. Well, he can get into this if he wants, try and catch a bit more of that red. He'd be unlucky not to be in the brown. He might get really lucky and get in the black, but, well, he's hit it too thick. So he needed to hit that with pace, but he hit it too thick. Now the only danger here is going in off the black, but it shouldn't be difficult to hit it, and he's very unlucky if he's going to leave something on. Well, he's missed it, and Liddle might put him in again. In fact, I don't see much on for him, so let me have a look. Well, he's done the right thing there. He's played the replay so he can actually put STUB back in, when I'm not sure that he knows that you can press the Alt button. I mean, mind you, if he reads his screen, he can press the Alt key and go to 3D view so he can have a look at the table. And STUB's going to probably hit this time. He's had one go at it, he should get the line better this time. Well, he's going to go in off this time. Well, he won't be getting it back now. You didn't know what? What did I miss there? I wasn't looking at the chat. What was that called, this pillow? What did you say? I didn't know that. Oh, the Alt key. It tells you the screen whenever you have a foul in snooker. It actually gives you the instruction on the screen. You hit the Alt key, you go to 3D view, and you have a look at the table before you decide whether you're going to pass or play or make them play the same shot again. That's one good idea that Steve had, to allow you to study the table. Now, yeah, that's where he's got problems, is actually finding the potting line for a black ball off its spot. Well, that's what I say. I mean, if you accept the fact that you're not going to pot the balls as good as STUB will pot them, then what you have to do then is prevent them from potting them and put them in trouble as often as you can. Take what you can get when it's there, but don't be missing that many black balls off the spot, because he's already missed 2, so there's 16 points going down the pan. Now you can roll this brown in dead weight, and he's got that wide open red. That's tricky to try and roll up to something at that distance to try and snooker STUB, so he's far better rolling the brown in. Let me get behind him to see what he's doing. That'll do it. Now, if you go forward, let me have a look at what this black looks like. That black's too tight to the back of the pack, the angle at the back of the pack. There's room there, but I don't trust his potting on it because of what we've seen so far. And if he goes forward and comes up into the middle of the table, he'll have the pink. So you've got to play the better odds here. You see, he'd never played that with any semblance of control with the cue ball there. So this is, you know, again, Liddle's at a level where he's not going to be in control of the cue ball most of the time. You know, that cue ball there needed a bit of check to avoid it running into the pack. And if he'd done what I said and just come up the table, he would have had that free go at the pink. You know, if it ran another 2 foot on the same line up the table to the blue spot, he would have been fine. So these are sort of lack of experience mistakes that you will see from Liddle. STUB's the difference with STUB is that he knows the techniques to avoid doing something like that. I mean, you know, you learn the basic principles playing pool and how to manoeuvre the cue ball, and you just bring that to the snooker table in that sense of it, because STUB never plays snooker. But anyway, the way this is going now, if Liddle just gets careful and if he just knew his limitations and if he knew when to run, he can have STUB banging at balls and then, as I say, just feast off it. Now this red here is dead simple, but you've got to hold the cue ball, because this cue ball's going to leak away forward. And that's the right way to play that. He had to get a wee bit of dig just to hold the cue ball and stop it running away. Now again, this is just a gentle pot. Maybe I mean I'd play this with a slight stunt just to get the red into the middle pocket. Well, that's perfect in actual fact, because if he doesn't bump the pink, he'll have another go at the black off its spot, which is maybe not a good thing. In fact, he might be running into this pink. He just has to hope he gets a good kiss here. You know, he's struggling for lines. You know, if it's not straightish in, he's going to struggle to find pockets. But he's got a very healthy lead. But unfortunately for Liddle, there's still more than enough points here for STUB. Now, what the hell's happened to STUB? Is he gone already? It looks like it. No, I haven't seen anything about a family killed in a car crash. I haven't actually really seen the news today at all. Well, STUB's cues appeared. I mean, why can't we just have a bloody night where it's, you know, where there's no problems? Now he's just sitting there hanging. Well, that sounds tragic. 6 people. Well, we've already got instability. STUB's cue took a while to appear, and it's just sitting there and he's doing nothing. And I'll tell you all why this is happening. Because he's playing all of that crap music. He's got all sorts of stuff running in the background. And that's why there's such big lag in his computer. So 41 points the deficit STUB's got to make up here. That's not going to get to the pocket. That's another gift for Liddle. Another absolute gift. I mean, this is you got to roll through to the back cushion and back out for the black here. Now, how would I play this? You see the angle on it? Aye. You got a kiss off the red, which is a bonus. Now, this is fairly straightish, this. It's not that difficult. You should be able to get that in. And he might be able to see he's coming back the way. If he just goes forward, he's got the red into the other pocket, but he's held it. That'll do it. And still 59 in the table at the moment. Not anymore. 51 in the table. And STUB's finally gone. Oh, this is what we're going to have all night now. We're going to get a load of this going on. So nothing happening. Stub's disconnected. What the hell happened here? And he's finally back. So Liddle is, well, if he pots this at black, then this will be about, what, the third black off the spot. You would think he would find his line better, and he's still overcutting him. Yeah, I can't remember where I made that. I did it on a website, but I can't remember what website it was. But I wanted the interference for the instability of live streaming. You know, that's what it represents. And you know, it makes me enjoy it all the better if I know that it annoys people. Then I know that it works. Well, Stub needed that black. He's going to be 40 behind with 43 in the table. Now he's got to get his arithmetic right here. He can go down for the pink. He's got to get a hold of the cue ball though. Now if he's going to go 2 cushions with this, he could end up snooker behind that red. He needs to be careful here. Yeah, he's well away from it. That needs to bounce. Well, he'll be taking the pink. And then he may well have to do a bit of ducking and diving here, because that yellow and blue are handy for a snooker. Although he's trying to get in behind the red here off this pink, I think, to take it into the... I don't know what the angle's like, but that's him blue trying to do that. You see, why doesn't Stub have the common sense to take his medicine, pot the pink, and play a half-decent safety in the red? I mean, any sensible snooker player would do that. I know I would. I would take the 6 points with the pink, not be desperate to get onto the red, and put your opponent in trouble. And now the pink and blue are more or less married up. They're sitting very good for a snooker. Well, they're not. They're still a big target to get to here. So 39 in it, 35 in the table, and Stub was trying something acrobatic there. He was convinced he could get the left-hand side in the cue ball to spin in behind the green, but he hit the red too thick. Now, what Liddle doesn't want to do is that, because that's asking for trouble. No prizes for guessing what Stub's going to try here. And Liddle walked into that blind as a bat. You know, that's just a poor choice of shot. And now he's in trouble, and he's going to be kicking at this for 20 minutes until he hits it, because Stub's just going to keep putting him back in. Well, he's struggling for the line with the pot and the black. Let's see if we can get a better line in at least the first attempt here. Well, he should be able to adjust that. I mean, Stubbs shouldn't be taking anything to do with this. He should be putting him back in. Oh, this is not great. What the hell's up with Whiskey 2? What's he trying to do? In and out like a yo-yo. Probably having problems joining the room, I would assume. Ah, I forgot about that, you're right. Aye, because of course when the guy's needing a snooker, you don't have the foul and miss. It's got Liddle in a heap of trouble now. Because that's, well, not that much trouble. I mean, that's a fairly straightforward line. Probably the baulk line where it meets the cushion is the line you want to go. Somewhere along that angle. Aye, that will do it. STUB got another chance to put him in trouble. That's nice pace. That's I like that. That was well played. And the problem now for Liddle is he's going to have to find angles off multiple rails here. Unless he's going straight up and down, but I don't know. Let me have a look at that. He's going to be fairly tight to the black when he comes off the cushion, that is. And that's well played. STUB will have another go at a similar shot. The danger with this is he needs to make sure that the yellow goes away from the side pocket there on the far side. Because if he's hitting it soft, this could just bump over the side pocket. Then it's imperative that he gets the snooker. He's making sure he's hit it hard enough. That'll do. Now, if this is me, I'm just thin cutting that yellow along behind the black. I'm not putting it at that angle. You see, the thing is, you're giving STUB the chance to get down and sneak behind this pink. And you can't be giving them opportunities to get snookers. You've got to play the right safety. The right safety was cut the yellow along behind the black and bring the cue ball up here. Well, that will secure the frame. Or at least it should do. 33 points to lead, 25 left in the table. And just run it in or over the pocket will do very nicely indeed. That's well done, part of the fact he snookered himself. So this is two rails around the corner and hit the brown. Now there's a chance that if you get the brown on the right side, you could end up behind the pink and blue. Now he's not even looking at that; he's just looking at going up and down there. But the shot was that way, you know, and hit the brown. Now if you hit it at the back end, the cue ball goes here, and the brown goes up table. And if you're lucky enough, you get a snooker. Now he didn't see that shot. That's why, you know, a lot of snooker players are, you know, not just snooker players, but virtual pool players. They're sort of one-dimensional. And you've got to see shots, you've got to visualise shots. So there was an opportunity there. Okay, it might not have worked out, but he could have got a lucky roll, you never know. You know what? I hate this game. Well, I'm glad you've shared that with us. Well, like I said, Albie wasn't going to be able to play it now anyway. So Albie got his he got his time zone mixed up. Well, Stubbs somehow managed to lose to a 1780 guy because Stubb doesn't play snooker the proper way. If Stubb had simple common sense, get the measure of the guy, and you know, take what you can get, and then duck and dive, and just pick him off. And let's just say that break was unconventional, and well, the red there, it goes, and if he hits it hard enough and comes off the cushion, the cue ball's going that way for the black. He's got to stop the cue ball running into the black though. I know he's digging down. Well, he's got the cut into the side, and he might finish on the red that's on the cushion behind the black. But I don't rate his chances very well with this cutback. That's well done. Now he could have done with a bump. Oh, that'll do it. That'll do it. Well, he's going to be hampered, and Stubbs gone again. Yeah, we're going to have a fair bit of this going on now. I sense it very much. It's funny how Stubb has matches where there's not a problem, and then when he's having a problem, then he has connection problems. You know, make your own mind up, folks. So we're waiting on the match with LS3 and Whiskey coming up later. And again, he's really struggling there. Stubbs got a start, but Stubbs' cue is nowhere to be seen, and it's going to have this delay before the cue appears. This is just so annoying and frustrating. It's bad enough sitting having to watch it, but when you're the player that's on the other end of it all, it's even more frustrating. And he's finally gone again. Still not in. Why is that so loud? Because you've got your volume up high. I jumped. Well, at least it keeps you awake. Oh, here we go again. He's back in the room, still no cue. So, and the thing about STUB is he doesn't go and restart his PC or do anything like that. He just sits there bashing buttons trying to get into the room. He hasn't a bloody clue, the boy. STUB says can't connect. He sent me a message. Here we go with this crap, and he'll no listen to me. I'm telling him to reboot the PC. I've told him to reboot the PC and shut off the shit you're running, so that STUB understands what I'm talking about. He's saying he's getting a black screen when he's entering the room. Well, I suppose the good thing about this is that if it times out and STUB doesn't get back in, then at least we've got another match to look forward to. He says it's too late, I'll be disqualified. Well, that's tough. That's tough shit in you then, isn't it? This is so annoying. So it is. He's the only person we have this much bloody trouble with. We won't mention the Tarek match last night. Right, I'm not answering him anymore. I'm just going to ignore him because it's a pain. It's a pain in the arse. Right then.
ATG from Kilmarnock town, got your hustle down. Streams the pool games live, makes our day come alive. Early mornings on your grind, Tesco shift unwind, but you find the time to play, stream the virtual day. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand,
And it's a sucker scratch. Look at the line. Commentator's eye. Don't say I didn't warn you.
OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand, amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. rise, a work all done. Streams of games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. Oh, TG, tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. For TG, tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
This for the 101. Absolutely sensational once again.
Virtual cue in your hand. Amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. Early rise and work all done. Streets of games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. Oh, TG, tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
That was fantastic.
Right, well, still no sign of STUB. I hope you noticed that two things to notice in that. First of all, from 75, I ran out to 101. And also, there was a clip of, or the screenshot of the very first Virtual Pool 4 online video from the testing days. That was the very first look at Virtual Pool 4. I don't know how, I mean, that's obviously what, 2012? So that would be 12 years ago that video went on my YouTube channel. And you can go and have a look at that and see how Steve eventually decided to change the colour of the table. He changed the wood colour. And during that phase of the testing, I was ranting about the carpet, giving me migraines. It was a horrible carpet. And we actually had, I think, Andy, you know, DJ Vivid. This carpet that we have in the Hard Times now, for people who don't know, and there's quite a few you won't know, but the pool club that Earl Strickland played at, and I've forgotten the name of it, but one of you will remember the name of it. The carpet in it, in it's not New York, it's the other side of the river, I think. It is exactly this carpet, and Andy got a screenshot of the carpet, and that was put into the game to get rid of that other horrible carpet. So Steve changed the colour of the wood of the table to that darker colour. And Liddle saying he couldn't, let me just tell him. Yeah, it's funny how it doesn't time out, isn't it? No, it's not the Steinway, as Hairpig's got it. Aye, Steinway Billiards. What Stubb thinks because I'm in the room he can't get in. I'll leave the room. But Stubb didn't do what I asked him to do. I told him to go and shut his PC down, restart it, come in and shut all the crap down. But he doesn't listen. He's never listened to anything I've told him. And he's gone again. Yep, he's left the game again. Welcome to Keith. Well, I'll tell you something. If this goes on, which it will do, we're going to go straight over to the whiskey match with LS3. I'm pretty certain that'll go smooth enough. We won't have this kind of carry on. I'll have a quick drink while we're waiting. He sent me about 5 messages. I haven't looked at them since. Let me have a look and see what they say. He says, if I get disqualified, not play. Now, where have I heard this before? Not playing anymore. There's no point. Can't connect to the rooms right. It's 1-0 him when I get back. Tell him. Oh, God. And why did I decide to stream this match and not actually realise that there'd be trouble like this? There always is, especially when things aren't going right for STUB. Well, I mean, the assumption is he's on his neighbour's internet. He's not got internet in his own home. He's feeding off theirs because the internet, the neighbour's that much of a numpty that they haven't got their Wi-Fi secured. He says he still can't connect. I'm just not telling him anything. That's up to somebody else to tell him. I'm telling him nothing more. And this will go on and on and on and on, messing this poor guy around. Well, it shows 2 people in the room, but that's STUB trying to connect into the room. So he's hanging there with a black screen again. Well, I know if I was the tournament director, you all know what I would end up doing. I would have told him to reboot his PC, go and do that, and then try and join the room then. And then if it still keeps going, I just boot him. I wouldn't have the patience. He's had more than 10 minutes to get in, regardless of how the system works. He says there was a JavaScript update. What the hell's that got to do with the price of beans? Well, is he now making out he's in the room? I'm asking him if he's in the room yet. This is brilliant viewing, isn't it? Well, it's 18:47, so we are less than half an hour away from the match we're going to move to, because I've had enough of this. And STUB has gone again. He just keeps doing. I've seen. You know, this is just. Is this not the definition of stupidity or insanity, when you keep doing the same thing again and again, and then you get the same bloody result? You know what I mean? You know, let's keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result, and all you're getting is the same bloody result, and you persist in doing it. You don't do anything to try and rectify the situation. He's a complete numpty. Well, Mark, I'll give you two guesses as to what's going on here. And if you can't get it first guess, you're a bigger numpty than STUB. Let's put it that way. Here we go again. There he goes, into the room. Black screen. I know what I'll do. I'll kill VP4, go back out, restart VP4, come back in, go into the room, black screen, kill VP4, restart VP4, back in, black screen. I mean, he's a complete bloody half-witted idiot. I mean, and this frustrates the opponent to the extent that they have better things to do with their time. And I don't want Liddle to end up forfeiting because he gets impatient, and I don't blame the guy getting impatient. Let's be clear on that. He's sitting in there pissed, waiting on this half-witted numpty coming into the room. Guess what he typed now? Can't join the room. I've told him in no uncertain terms, do as you're told, reboot the PC. Now he says he did. I'm just telling him to forfeit the match then. And now he's blaming miasma because he muted him. The mute has affected the room. Not forfeiting nothing, right? Well, now it's outside my hands. It's up to the administrators to deal with it. There's nothing else I can do. I've asked him to forfeit, and likewise, he ain't going to do it. So, there's a choice. Are we all prepared to sit here for the next half hour? What did he say there? He says, I can't create a room, but can't join that one. Oh, no, I don't know whether he meant to say I can create a room. Right, so he said he can create a room, but he can't join that one. Well, the only other solution would be for STUB to actually forfeit the match and play in a match room, and then the result can be updated on the bracket. That's the only other solution. The other solution is to forfeit STUB. And then he says reset the room. I'm not going to hold a Simon. I'm not doing anything there. I'm not getting involved to that extent. But this will just kill time until we can move to that LS3 match, because this is a pain in the arse, to be quite frank. It's beyond that now. We've seen it all too often. Well, he says I can't forfeit if I can't join the room. Well, that's where it's down to an administrator to deal with that. Right, is Miasma still there? Let me go to YouTube and my phone to read this. Right, I'm going to shut him up. He's annoying me. Right, Miasma. Here's my advice, right, to stop this getting messed about much longer. I'll say it again. The first question is, can you amend the result on the bracket? Do you have that access to amend the result on the bracket? If the answer is yes to that question, then forfeit STUB right now. Kill the room. And then, right, so, rather than messing about, get them forfeited, and then we can set a room and we'll see if they can join it. And then the match can get finished that way. And then the result can get updated if it needs to. Simple as that. That's it. No more discussion about it and hanging about, thinking about it. Let's just do it and get it done with and get on with it. Because this is just going nowhere. Right, so that's taking care of that. So I'll leave it up to you to explain to Liddle. In fact, I'll tell him. I'll leave it to you, Miasma, to explain it to STUB, and that a room will be set and they can play, or they can try and play. We'll see whether STUB can join that room. And I'll stay out the room, and you can let us know if STUB can get in it. And in the meantime, STUB's bashed off 8 different messages to me. I'm not even going to read what he's typing. There's lots of F's and bullshit in it. That's all I'm going to say to you. Right, anyway, we should have a match room appearing somewhere. So it's normal tournament settings. Right, so the room is up. And STUB's just in away mode. Right, so why isn't Liddle getting into the room? Is he waiting to be told? I think the best thing to do is to try and get STUB in the room first rather than Liddle. Right, miasma's there, so he should try and get STUB in it. Well, right, so he's either in the room or he's attempting to get in the room. That we won't know yet. I'll have a quick drink again. Well, what time is it? It is almost the top of the hour. So we have Whiskey, who's already in the lobby, and we're waiting in LS3. That match starts in 15 minutes' time. Right, now, where's Liddle gone? Is he gone into the room? Right, he is in the room. STUB is showing there, but we're not sure if he's in it. Now, Miasma, is STUB in the room? Well, it's just the tournament table. That's a simple setup. So, STUB is in. Right, I'm going to try and come in then. Right, this looks better. Right, so Liddle's up 1-0. That other frame hadn't really started much anyway, so it makes no difference. Well, how long was that? 20, 25 minutes wasted, half an hour wasted. Well, that's good advice, Cobra. At least Miasma got the right table. Right, well, Liddle should be edging that red, the second red, onto the pink and bringing the cue ball back to bulk. That's what he should be doing. And that's the shot. If he had a better line, he'd have been, getting in behind that yellow, but that'll do it. And STUB should be overcutting the nearest red, sending it off the rail back to the pack and trying to get down behind Bolt. He's playing the pack though. You see, by doing that, he's left the red in the open. See, the boy will never learn. The safest shot was cut the red to the rail. Why he didn't see that is beyond me. You cut that to the rail like that, and it comes back to the pack, and you run the cue ball down to Bolt. I mean, what's hard about that? All he's done is opened up a red. Now, does that black go? No, it doesn't, because it's a blocker next to it. So Liddle's going to be hard pushed to get much out of this. Well, STUB always has problems like this, more often than not. And then there's periods of time where he doesn't have any problem. Well, ideally, if we could pot the red and hold on to the blue, with an angle in the blue, he could maybe do some damage. I think the red at the top of the pink might go into the left corner. Yes, it does. So you've got that red there that goes, you've got this one there that goes, but you've got this mess here. So STUB should just be getting in behind the brown. Got that the wrong angle, the wrong line, and he's left Liddle an easy safety. Even that shot there that he just played, he played it wrong. Well, if you can see the right side of the pack, that's a shot. The red sticking out there on the right hand side, that's the one you play and you're heading up towards the green. You know, you're backing on the yellow being a blocker as well. See, all he's doing here is leaving Liddle an easy escape each time. He's not forcing the issue and trying to put him in trouble in the awkward side of the table. Now, again, have a quick look at the pack and see if there's anything set. And Liddle's pace isn't bad. That's not bad at all. And there was a quick disconnect and a rejoin there as well in the blink of an eye. Now this is a better line if it just slows up. Excellent shot. Excellent shot. That's you know, the first page of the Tactical Genius Manual on how to play safe at snooker. That shot right there. That was using his head a bit better. I mean, this is why I say this. You've got target areas to get to. Playing safe in snooker is not just hitting the red and trying to run to bulk. It's never that. You look at the professional game and see how they play it. A professional snooker player's never trying to just get the cue ball back to bulk. He's aiming for a spot. And you'll see that time and time again from the top players in the game. Well, STUB should have Liddle in trouble here if he can. Let me have a look. Well, he's going for the pot, hoping he gets in a colour, and he's going to have a colour. But he might have been able to punch that red around the table and nail him behind the green there. We'll never really know. And straight off the bat, he's missed a simple yellow. Right, well, it is. I'm going to leave it up to you guys as to what you want to do here. This match has obviously got a while to go. It's 7 minutes past 7, and we've another 7 minutes before we have Whiskey and LS3 on the winner's side. And STUB's gone again. And here we go again. He's back in, or at least we think he is. The queue's doing nothing, so he's not in control of anything, and he'll have a black screen again. No, he is in now. Oh, it's Liddle that's here now. What am I talking about? I take it all back. I like your advice, Mark. Well, obviously now I think he's going to try and cut that red back into the top corner. Let's have a look. Oh no, no, that's no good. And of course, with the red down behind the green, can't really play a great safety off that. So if he runs this red into the middle, he's going to be snookered, because he's going to be stuck behind the reds and the pink unless he gets through there. LS3's arrived in the building. Well, he's glanced off the red, which is a bonus. Now, there is a shot on here where you can pot the blue and try and spin that cue ball into the green off the back rail. I think you'd have to jack up. Well, he's went direct to the red, and if it sits like that, that will do. He's come out smelling the roses there. Who is it you play, Keith? I haven't looked to see who you play. And is the deadline for your match not tonight as well then? That's the other question. Tonight at 11 PM. If you've sent a proposal, that's all you need to worry about. Tench? Oh, he won't appear, don't worry about that. This is another player that hasn't a clue what they're doing in these tournaments. That'll just forfeit. You'll get advanced. That'll take care of itself. If he's not giving you any response, then I wouldn't worry about it. You've done your part. It just needs to slow up. Now, again, he could get mean and nasty here. A little dink onto that green and stick STUB in trouble. And again, this is what I'd be doing. I'd be sticking him right in that green there. I'd be making it as awkward and as frustrating as possible. But Liddle's potted a very nice blue. I'll give him that. Now again, he can pot the red and he can still duck for cover here. He's going to be hard pushed to get another colour unless it's a long blue. Well, he's got the red into the side. I never noticed that. That'll do. And the more table time that Liddle gets, the more he'll settle down and maybe find his angles a wee bit better, because if you keep having enough chances, then he might find that line better. Excellent shot. And STUB's disconnected again. He's already told me. It's telling him that he's already in the room. He's had that message coming up. Right, well, it is 13 minutes past 7, and quite frankly, I've had enough of this. I am leaving the room. I don't want to know anything more about it. And we'll wait in this room going up with Whiskey and LS3. And Whiskey in the lobby. Now, LS3 sitting up there as well. So we're just waiting this going up. She's going up in about the next minute or so.
ATG from Kilmar.
I won't annoy you with that. Right, so this is the second match tonight. Whiskey versus LS3 on the winner's side. And the room is imminent. It's now 1/4 the hour. Yeah, well, that's the only call you can do. It's not Liddle's problem. Just tell Liddle to leave the room and not worry about it. And STUB can quit VP4 again. Right, the room is up. I'm going to go in, see if there's any problems with these guys joining the room. LS3's in, not a problem. The yawning started. And I'm going to get a whole pile of crap coming in on Facebook here in a minute on my phone. I'll just ignore them. Right, there we go. Whiskey is in without any problem. And we'll have the lag for the break. Whiskey on the right hand side. That looks a bit soft from LS3. It actually might get there because Whiskey's hit it a bit too heavy. No, he's still going to win it. Right, so this is the winner's side match. I can't remember if it's a round 2 match or not, but it won't matter. And it's a race to 6 frames. And that is a pretty good break from Whiskey. Found cover behind the green. Easy roll into the back of the reds here for LS3. This is one of the easiest shots you'll play in snooker because you're so used to playing them. That's actually dead weight, but it isn't a touching ball. But it's again an easy safety for Whiskey as well. Now he wants to try and cover that red, and that's why he's playing it to use the blue. But he hasn't got there. He hasn't got there. I wouldn't worry about anything miasma. STUB was given every opportunity to get the match played. He needs to get things fixed at his end. You can't say that what happened wasn't fair. He got forfeited. The room was made up. He could have finished the match there, but he's still having the same problems. So what more can you do? Right, let's shift to business end camera. Didn't hold the button long enough. If you hold the button long enough, it locks there, which I think is possibly some sort of bug, but it's actually a good bug for once. If you don't hold it long enough, it sort of resets itself. But I'm going to keep my finger on the button. Red goes past to pink. Now it worked that time. Well, again, not a lot of value in trying to do anything crazy. Just take your points and then run to the long grass. Unless there's some sort of plant on somewhere, but there isn't. But this angle's a bit... Yeah, that's why he's just... Well, he's actually... I think he overhit that slightly, but he's fine. Now, the angle wasn't good to try and get back to baulk because you were going to probably bring one or two reds out into the open trying to play that shot. Well, that red on the outside will pot. And if Whiskey's going to play safe to get back to baulk, he would need to cover that red because I'm pretty certain LS3 would be going for it, especially with the black being in play. Well, that was well done. And that's sort of no man's land, but there's a free pot on here. He'll definitely be on the black. Yeah, they're not easy. Now, well, this would be aggressive. Pot the red into the side. You don't know how much pace you need to get through those balls, but you would need a wee bit to get out of there. At worst, you should be on a baulk colour. Oh, this needs to just slow up. That'll do. So there's reds here for the taking for LS3. And she's got that deficit to make up first of all. Oh, power to the people. See, only people of your age and my age, Mark, know what you're talking about. Citizen Smith. That was a John Sullivan series as well, if memory serves me right. I think John Sullivan wrote that as well. In fact, I'm fairly certain he did. And he also wrote, what do you call it, Just Good Friends. He wrote that one. So LS3 on the comeback trail in this first frame. And I don't know whether she can get back for that red at the back of the bunch there on the right. Looking for a bump. Probably not. You know, if you sort of finished there, you might have been on that red. If you ran over here, you'd have been on that one. And now it's difficult to get out of there. Yeah, it's difficult to get out of there. Probably just run off the red and try and get in behind the black. That's about all she can do here, really. That's a bit heavy. Going to leave a possible dead weight drop into the side. Having a quick look at those two reds there. That's not going to the pocket. That's not going in either. Well, this will need a bit of pace unless she's just going to stop the cue ball for the yellow into the side. Got to get this cue ball moving to get out of there. She's actually get into it far too good. About 8 foot too good. But I think this black's a shot into the middle. Might be able to squeeze through the gap. I don't know. No, not that line, I don't think. Oh, I did find a gap. That was well played. So red outside the pink, down for the black. And if the angle's good in the black, back up for that red. There is a plant that's dead set. Now, is that red in the way? I think that red is touch and go as to whether it impedes the first red, but that's dead set, that plant. Well, that's good enough. Now, has LS3 had a look at those two reds? Now, obviously, she won't be bothering with that just now because you've got the red down outside bulk. And, well, she's gone too far. I think she can still get on it off the green. She may well be coming down for the plant now at that pace. This is the only worry I've got. I think that is tight as to whether that first red will go clean. If it does, the plant is dead set and you're on the black. I think she's decided it doesn't. Now that needs to just slow up. Now, let me have a look and see what the angle is like. Bit too much angle on the blue, but she might be trying. I don't know whether she's going to try and jack up a bit and get a bang onto these reds here, move something. Yeah, I think she had the idea of running around the angles and get into them. Now, we'll soon find out what Whiskey thinks, because he'll clearly be having a look at those two reds. He's bound to have had a look at them. If he was paying attention, he would have saw that LS3 was having a look at them. can't make my mind up. I think it is so tight. It might go, because you can still hit the red from the right hand side. It certainly changes it now. Now that's, that was fine. The line was fine. It's just the pace wasn't great. And LS3's got a big target here behind us, brown and green. She should be getting there every day of the week off this shot. Well, that's gone too wide. But the yellow might do it. That'll do nicely. And now Whiskey is in trouble. Well, I was always looking at that plant, and I still convinced myself that the first red was impeded by that other red. So Whiskey got the hit, and LS3 with a 9-point lead. Now the shot to play here is to stun this in and come back this way for that red. There's not any other option on. Needs to keep going. It might not be too bad, this angle, because she can brush off the red and would hopefully be on the black. Maybe at worst it could be the blue. And that's perfect. So this is the frame winning opportunity. 18 points the lead. The black to follow. But now how's the angle on the black? A big stun, big stun needed here. And that'll do it. That's perfect. So all is good now for LS3. Frame virtually in the bag. Well, not sure whether she's trying to hold for the black there or whether it was getting up good in the blue, but this'll do it. Just a little hold in the cue ball there. So first frame is well and truly over once this red goes in. 31 the lead. Colour to follow. And that'll do it. So that's after 16 minutes or maybe 15 minutes. First frame is complete. In fact, I'll tell you what, let's have a little look at where this match is in the bracket. We've got that match tomorrow night with Coldest Pillow and MC Clarkey. Looking forward to that. So this is a round 3 match between Whiskey and LS3. And we can see that Rosen is now through to round 2. He's going to end up playing Keith because this guy Tench is never going to be seen again. So Keith will get advanced there. So that takes care of the round 3 matches there. And what's that one up the top? Oh aye, Tony Sam and One Pocket Slim. That'll be a good one to watch as well. Not One Pocket Slim, you plonker Rodney. Well, a little 34 break. Yeah, I think you're clutching at straws there, Whiskey. I think you should just concede the frame and get on with it. But look what happens when you try and concede a frame. You get all sorts of weird crap happening after last night. And that's a good break again. It's a very good break. That's cut off the line from the side rails, the side cushion. And this needs to be very thin to avoid the other red. And he hasn't got it thin enough. LS3 has a start. And a couple of reds in the open as well. Now that was far too heavy. I mean, that was just to go around the other side for the black. But she's overhit that by quite a margin. Determined still to take it on though. Well, what am I talking about? That was a black. What am I talking about? That's me definitely going downhill. The brain's gone. What time is it? 25 to 8. That's actually roughly about 45 minutes early for my brain to start shutting down. Well, for this shot here, you've got to get out of there, down for the blue. Well, trying to hold and hold and hold. She's managed to hold it. Well, you can go top and get into these, unless she's coming around the angles trying to come out this side for this red into that corner, or maybe even the middle. Oh no, she went helper leather. And Whiskey, although I don't think he will, he probably doesn't want to take the red into the side, but he can push the red onto the red in the pocket here. You can't get to it clean, but you just roll the red onto this other one. Shouldn't be any hassle doing that. Or is he trying to squeeze it? Yes, he can get it. And my eyes have gone as well. That isn't a good that isn't a good sign for the rest of the night. Oh, it's not been hit enough. It needed a bit more on it. But the angle's good enough to come down to these two reds in bulk. Should be tidying this area of the table up first of all if he can. Don't want to run into this. Oh, he's come out smelling the roses. Little edge in the red holds for the other red. Looks a bit straight to me though. And that was juiced up big time. And again, big bump onto the green, sitting plumb in the yellow. Well, looks as if he's screwing back. Well, again, I don't know what that was, because the shot was to play in either of those two reds to the left and right of the pink, unless you were going to clear the one in baulk first. But he's got a shot and still going. And does the pink go? No, it doesn't. It's stuck on the three reds. But sooner or later, this red down here needs to go, because that's a problem as far as safeties go when it comes to it. I would think now you've got to play the simplest shot here, pot the yellow and take care of that red. Well, he had the angle of the blue, which was good enough just to roll through for the last remaining one in the open, apart from this one in baulk. I would still assume that his intention's to come down here right now after this red and presumably the next colour. And the green will do the trick there. Now I'm asking myself the question here, provided Whiskey gets this red and gets on another colour, that needs to bounce, that's no good on the cushion. Is he going to try and do something crazy and bang this blue in and try and get a hit? Or is he just going to take what he's got and then run? I would just pot the blue and then skim off the reds. Not going to get there. Yeah. Well, this again, it's not handy for getting back to baulk this. I mean, you can come off this red here with right hand side, go to the cushion and come down this way, but you're breaking stuff out here. That's what he's playing. Well, he's hit it soft enough, and that's pretty well done. And now LS3's got a tricky safety here. So that visit ends with a 34 contribution from Whiskey. Very thin edge behind this pink here. Oh, caught the knuckle. Well, it's a testy pot for Whiskey. And if he's going to go 100% in this, he needs to get out of there clean. He's got a bump in the black. And now you play the yellow and you stick behind that brown. That's what you do. He's got it far too full in the face. He wanted to hit that half ball left side as we look and drop in behind the brown, preferably on that baulk cushion. And again, it still means that LS3's got to try and keep these tight and doesn't want to send a end over that corner pocket. But again, this is quite reasonable pace. Is it going to sneak out? Yes, it is, I think. Now, there's a gap there for Whiskey to go through between those two reds. Needs a bump in the blue to stop the red, but it's not going to stop LS3 having a shot. No, the pink doesn't go unless something's been moved here. It was. Oh, let me have a look. I think it is moved now. Yes, it does go. It was stuck on the reds at one point there, but it definitely goes now. Well, this is an important red here for LS3. And now that we know that the pink is clear, it goes into the right centre pocket. But the cue ball's running away. Now she's going to, if she's going to pot this pink, I think she's looking more for the safety. And again, that had the right line, just not the pace. Well, the red I would be playing would be the one in the middle here, and cutting it to the top left-hand corner, because again, I'm bringing the cue ball back to ball. The danger with playing that one is hitting the black. And not only that, though, Whiskey's not got any pace in the cue ball, and LS3's got an easy start. Well, there's a couple of ways to get onto that red. You can go forward off the black and go to the top rail. Mind you, I forgot, the one behind the pink goes as well, doesn't it? Because they're now parted. Yes, it does. Now, this looks perfect. It's perfect in the pink to roll it in, and you'll be on the red into the corner. Now this needs to open up a wee bit, this cue ball here. She's digging down for that reason, because if you let the cue ball run that way, and just pot that sort of dead weight, you're going to be square in the red. So she did the right thing in actually coming back this side. That was the correct shot. And now she's got herself into the lead, almost 35 all, but will be once the black goes in. Yellow's in the open. Now you don't really need to do much heroics with the cue ball here. Just get it over to the left side and off the cushion. Well, she's going all out for it, and that's well done. Don't somehow snooky yourself behind the blue. Strange things happen in this game. There's loads of room to get into that gap between the brown and blue, so you should be nowhere near the blue. Again, just a wee bit too heavy. Still shouldn't be a problem to drop the green in and come around the other side for the brown into the same pocket. So the lead is 9 points. Needs to keep going. Now she's under hit it. I mean, it still should be a problem. Oh, this is no good. It's short. You want to be staring down the barrel in this blue ball. Well, now the frame is still in the balance here. The break is 33. A pressure blue for the frame. Well, Whiskey, you've got your chance to get yourself into the match here. And you've got to watch the pace that you play this blue at. It's certainly going to cut in, so the cue ball should be coming up the table. See, it's almost killed there. Now, the fact that he's almost in the cushion is not good. Because if you had that cue ball out into the table, you can pot the red and hold the cue ball. Now he's hoping to open up. Well, the saving grace there is the pink's gone safe. But LS3 will be trying to duck in behind that black. Well, you can, I mean, Whiskey can have a go at the same shot here. Well, that might have been an attempted double. It gives LS3 another chance, albeit it ain't simple. But this for a 2-0 lead. Sorry. Oh, it wiped its feet, but the pace let it drop. So definitely 2-0. Well, Liddle, not Liddle, why am I saying Liddle now? I think Liddle, I've got Liddle in the brain after that fiasco earlier on. Whiskey's 2-0 down, but it could be a different scoreline than that. Had his chances. Well, just a dead weight roll in and you're on the black. Shouldn't be any problem here, but she's digging in to get back to bulk. And the red next to the pink will do for a roll through onto the black for Whiskey to get started. And you've got four or five reds here for the taking. Well, he's got the pot, but he ain't hit the cue ball. That cue ball had to run through another foot at least to get on that black. And now it's bailout territory with the green. Oh, that was a proverbial country mile away there. Well, that was a good chance there to pinch 2 or 3 of these reds there for Whiskey. That's a big fail. Trying to do a bit of damage. That red's bumped off the cushion. That's a wee bit of a fiddly one, that one. Got to come up for the blue. I'll tell you, it's got to be the blue because there's nothing else good down this end of the table. The yellow's impeded by the red. And that pink is sitting handy, but the problem with the pink is there isn't a pink spot available, so it's going to come down onto the brown spot, onto that spot there, which again is handy with the one red being down in bulk as well, at the bulk end of the table. But she won't worry about that as long as she's got reds and blacks to deal with. Now, this is going to have to brush through, and these are difficult to judge. And that's why she's bailing out. Now that needed a bit of bottom and right hand side to open up the angle in the cue ball to stop it doing this, heading towards the blue like that, but the blue's still on, and it's just a sort of little dinky pot and you're on this red. She actually played that too well. The angle that she's got now is not the best of angles. So that's the problem. Exactly what happened there. Well, now, got to be committed here to get that blue in. Now, I think if she lets this cue ball just open up and run through, she might bump the pink for the red into the middle. You never know. In fact, it looks a lot straighter. It might actually head towards the red rather than the pink. Depends on the pace she's going to play with. She's making sure she's not doing that. Playing a big draw, hoping to get a bump. Didn't come out good anyway. But the main thing about it is she's not left a sniff for whiskey. Not anything. And I think just running off that, well, he's played a great shot into that middle pocket. What a cracking shot that was. Have I got the replay working? I don't think I have. I wished I'd seen that again. But I haven't tested the replay tonight. If LS3 wins one more frame, it'll be 1-0 to Whiskey. I've just read that. What is it? Is it Buenas noches, Jose? Something like that. Well, that's no good. I think that's left the red on at the middle. Needed another foot of running in the cue ball there to cover everything up. That's a poor one. There you go. That's my whole Spanish vocabulary all in one sentence. Or, as the Mexican bandits say, "Vamos, muchachos." I remember that line from Treasure of the Sierra Madre. Well, Andy Murray has officially retired, or at least he will do, once he's had his spell at the Olympics, or the Olympics as I prefer to call them. And without a shadow of a doubt, he's been Britain's best tennis player in 80 years. Well, tell them, Jose. That's what you're here for. You're our multicultural Spanish ambassador. Get talking to the guys. Get them talking. Just tell them all to avoid STUB. That's the best advice you can give them in any language. Well, the only Welsh I know is Llanfarpol, Llwyngyth, Golgerith, Llandrobwyth, Llantysilio, Gogoch. That's the only Welsh I know. I know nothing else. And lava bread, that's the other thing. And Welsh cakes, that's my Welsh vocabulary, all in one long sentence. I don't think that, what do you call him, what's his name, Tony Christie, I don't think Tony Christie would have had as big a hit with Show Me the Way to Amarillo if it happened to be Show Me the Way to Llanfairpwll Gwyngyll Gogeres Llandrob with Llantysilio Gogo. I don't think that would have been a hit. Or Llanfair PG as they abbreviate it in Wales. I know that as well. Is that correct, Cold as Pillow? Yes, of course it is. Right, well, Whiskey's got a bit of ducking and diving to do here. He needs a good safety. I mean, the alarm bells aren't ringing yet. He's got to get a good safety. Well, this is, it's almost good. It gives LS3 an easy safety. Yeah, that wouldn't have worked either. And now Whiskey's in trouble. Cue ball right in the pocket, and now it's got to be a good edge. And these are tricky. Oh, what a shot. Well, that's one way of getting out of trouble. The only problem is he ain't got a colour. Can't even see enough of the yellow. So now, just got to play the blue and just try and finish in that corner again, but that's going to leave LS3 a shot in the red. Does he think he can get enough of this yellow? I don't think he's. I think he's just trying to brush the yellow. No, he has spotted it. Better man than I am, Gunga didn't. Now, geographically, here, Pig, give me a sort of bearing as to where Maryland is in the States. Give me a sort of a rough guide as to where that is. Is it New York side? Because I went on to Google Earth one day to try and find STUB's address. Middle of the East Coast, aye. That's what I thought. I'm pretty certain I was on Google Earth one day trying to find his street. I found Steve's old address, the business, on Google Earth for Solaris. I found that. Well, LS3 should be 3-0 up in the next few minutes because everything's sitting here for the taking, and it's only going to be an unforced error that's going to stop her getting 3 reds and blacks here. There's another name I've never seen before. Abergazi. Going forward, off the long rail, off the back rail, and sitting plumb in the black. Well, it's looking like a comfortable night so far for LS3. Could have done with just getting a wee bump in that green there, that'd have been handy. But we're just going through the motions now. Uh-oh. Well, 41 in it, 27 in the table. Now, if Whiskey can control this cue ball, he can certainly get one snooker. He's not going to get the foul and miss, of course. But that's no good. He actually ended up just stunning the cue ball. Right, well, let's get on with the next frame. That's what I say. Good idea. So into frame number 4, LS3, 3-0 up. Now the break in modern professional snooker scares a lot of the players, because whenever you're breaking, you're sending a red loose either left or right side of the table, and the modern game is so attacking that it could be your last shot you play. Right, let's go up and have a look at this. Well, easy safety. Just make sure you get it thick enough that you're not heading to that middle pocket. Well, that's no good. That's no good at all. I mean, you've got to run that into the baulk cushion. Watch the knuckle. Needs a good pot in this blue. Come back a couple inches. Oh, well, in this case, running forward a couple inches. Now, what does he do here? Does he hold it for the blue, or does he run straight up top for the black? Might be a chance if we got on the black to bump these reds, because they're impeding the black spot. And, you pot the black's dead. Well, it does depend on the lay of the table. If there's a couple of colour balls clustered together, then you've got a target zone to get to. But of course, the problem with trying to get snookers is keeping the ball on safe. You've got that to worry about every time. So you've got long odds that you're going to come out of it. But Yeah, you have to make the decision on how the table's lying. But if the other guy's got common sense, he's just going to knock a ball in or over the pocket every time. Well, Whiskey going to have to run for cover here. I presume he can't see the red. To the left of the pink as we look. And LS3 should be using the yellow and blue here to try and cover that red in the left. This looks a bit too heavy. Is it? Oh no, it's perfect. For a minute there it looked too heavy, but it's a perfect line. And the main objective is done there, covered the open red. And that's a thing I haven't got into the habit of doing, because I keep insisting, telling players, or telling you guys when we're watching this, that whenever you're playing snooker and you've got a safety shot to play, before you hit the safety shot, if you're going off the pack, you've got to have a look at the pack before you move. Because the first thing you need to find out is there any combos on, any plants? And the second thing is that when you hit the red that you're choosing to play, you don't want to be knocking a red out into the open or towards a pocket, because that defeats the objective of trying to play safe. You've got to make sure it's the right safety. Needs a bump or something. Well, there's not a lot of work to do other than roll this brown in, and the cue ball's going to go into the gap with the blue and black. This is just dead weight, so you've got a reasonable angle in this red. Cut it too soon into the jaw. So Whiskey's got a start, but colour's all at the other end of the table. Pink's dead. And that wasn't really smoothly hit, was it? Oops, wrong button. She's not trying to cross this over, is she? And yeah, try and get maybe good in a colour or something. Yeah, that's what she tried there. Got away with it though. Well, never play doubles in snooker. Never double a ball. But I think Whiskey might be taking this on. No, surprised. Needs the brown to come to the rescue, and it hasn't. But not a lot to be had here for LS3. These reds are all tight. So unlikely she's going to advance her score a great deal here. Well, the red cuts into the middle pocket. This cue ball could end up going in off in the top right hand corner pocket here. Well, she actually got it too thick, which is why I think she took a big chunk out of the bunch of reds, and actually might have come out with this okay. Look at this. I mean, there's the one red there that goes up into the corner, but I don't think there's a heck of a lot more on. There's nothing. No, pretty lucky roll there for LS3. Danger, of course, now for Whiskey is he's missed the red. And he might have got away with it as well. Oh no, the red behind the brown goes. In fact, the one over the right side goes as well. But again, the problem is colours. Pink. Well, if you play the pink and just roll forward, at worst you'll bump the red in the rail maybe, but you should have either that red that you maybe hit, or this one that's next to the pink. Now she's hit it soft enough. So now the pink is out the game. It doesn't go anywhere. But the handy thing now is getting the black on its spot. Now there's a better chance to get some points on the board. Wrong angle in the black though, it's taken her away from the reds. Oh, I'll tell you this, at work today I was saying to one of my colleagues, I said, I'm looking forward to tonight, and they said, why is that? I said, because my local Chinese opens up again tonight. Can you imagine the disappointment? I said, oh, they've been shut for 3 weeks, they've probably gone back to the home country, you know, back to China to maybe visit family. And I got home today and it was round about 4 o'clock, and I thought I'll go and get my order put in for when they open. They open at 4:30 in the afternoon, and of course the bloody message comes up on the website. They don't come back until tomorrow, and they don't go back to work until the 25th. Can you imagine the disappointment I had? I've had withdrawal symptoms for the last 3 weeks. Oh, that's a bad one from Whiskey. I mean, obviously, I could have went to the bother of alternative means and dealt with another one, but I thought, oh, I'll just leave it because I'll enjoy it all the more when I get it. Well, this is certainly scrappy, but scrappy will do as far as Whiskey's concerned, because if he can just keep pinching the points here. That needs to bounce. That's no good. That, I mean, it's such a margin of error there to get that cue ball out onto the black. And now it's very difficult. I don't know whether the pocket's any bigger with that red bin there. Well, he's actually come out probably not too bad with this. I mean, that red there might go in off the black. Yeah, LS3 had the same idea there. It was very, very fine margin to get that black thin enough with a hit in the red. Well, we'll be expecting to see no pressure called this pillow if you're still watching, but we will be expecting to see a higher standard with your match tomorrow night. That's all I'm going to say about it. And we want to see common sense shots as well. Well, a good pot. A straight in pink with nothing to do with the cue ball. Just leave that third red that's up top there along the cushion. Now, what do? Do you drop this in dead weight and play the black along the cushion, or do you come out for the pink into the middle? Now, this cue ball is obviously going to go forward. You don't want it to go too far across because you want to leave the pot in the red. And you don't want to snooker yourself behind the blue like that. That's what you don't want to do. That's a perfect example of what you don't want to do. But the thin cut is on. Now it needs to miss the brown. Now it's no man's land. But LS3 with a 21-point lead. A long blue. Now again with this blue, all you do is pot it and make sure you're out into the table for the second red up top on the rail. She didn't want to go too far though. She's gone too far. Blocked herself off. And that was a frame winning opportunity there. She's getting crazy now. Taking a big risk there. Still 51 in the table, so the points are there for Whiskey, but he's got to get a cracking pot here to start with. Hold it for that pink. And that's overcut, and that'll seal the deal pretty much. Right, quick look at the pink. Well, drop it in. The worst thing that can happen here is that you bump the black and you finish one side of the black near the red that's nearest the pocket, if you know what I mean. The other thing that can happen is you hit the other side of the black and you land on the other red that's in the middle of the cushion. Well, this is just tricky because of the queuing, but it's just a dead weight roll. But if you want to be brave, you've got to force it through a little bit. Just pop it through so you get the pink into the middle. And that's well done. Now with this one, you do nothing other than stun this in and kill the cue ball and hold it. 100% playing the correct shot here. And that's what she's doing. Kill it stone dead. And it's not tight to the rail, but it needs to be flushed. .40 in front, so the frame is over, especially if this red goes in. And that is it. So LS3 now with what looks to be an unassailable lead. We're not seeing any major return from our opponent. At least not at the moment, we're not. I'll blow my nose, just give me a minute. Well, the little exercise now is to clear the table. Cue ball's going in the right direction off the brown. They're another name I've never seen before, that, whatever it is, Mobtaz or whatever they want to call themselves. Never seen that name before. Well, you can come down the left side of the table as we look for the pink here. So you just want to get up past the side pocket, really, for this shot. That looks good pace. And this is just perfect for dropping the pink in dead weight and rolling behind the black on the top cushion. That's all you need to do. You can stun it in as well if you want. You can just roll it in. The cue ball's going to roll out to where you want it to go. So a nice little tidy finish from LS3. So she's in easy street now. She can relax. Comfortable 4-0 lead and no pressure on it. Oh, I needed that. I just started a new 5-litre bottle of water. I definitely needed that drink. Well, LS3 having a blast here at the long red. She hasn't got away with it though. Left a red on into the middle. Red in bulk into the corner. Pink is available into at least 2 pockets. And it's off its spot slightly. We'll see if it's still going to be available. I think it will be, as a matter of fact. Yeah. Well, there's only one ball to go for here. The one next to the brown. I mean, you don't want to do anything silly like trying to go on the red up with the black. That will happen in the next couple of shots. Oh well, the visit was short and sweet. But this will be the same if Whiskey can't get the red in a colour and have the angle to get up onto that red that's on the, well, towards that top cushion as we look. Well, this is going to do damage. He could take the blue and get down onto the red, but this is going to burst things open here. And the question then is has he got a shot to follow it up? Well, not really when you look at that lot there. He's got a dodgy one into the middle that he's queuing over. Oh, that'll do it. Now he's got to get that cue ball out of there though. Oh dear. Again, you catch these jaws at that sort of pace, the balls won't go in. But he's done LS3 a favour, opening these reds out a bit more. Oh, I got it wrong, you're right, I stand corrected. Yeah, it's well past my bedtime now, 8:30, and I'm going downhill fast. You know that by now, I'm going to make an ass of it. They're another name I've never seen before. Where are these people coming from? A good chunk of them's from Vietnam. There's another one, Marcotte J or whatever it is, 78. I wonder what year he was born. Well, these reds are all sitting spaced apart, but I think a lot of them are blocking one another. Yeah, you look at that, there's only the one on. And watch the cue ball. Bye bye. And the replay does work. Black must go through the gap. Well, this is an opportunity now for LS3. Got to pick these off in the right order though. I think she's almost done herself there. Almost, but not quite. Yeah, you've got to get these in an order to open things up. Oh dear, that's so bad. That is a shocker, that shot. And what's she left? Well, one red. And this should be able to hold for the black. But again, got to get the line. Now, did I have a look at the bracket to see who is it the winner of Matt and Coldest Pillow that LS3 might end up playing if she wins this? Let me have a look. No, it isn't. It'll be it'll be the winner of the match between Keith and Roshan. That's who's in line. Well, meanwhile, Whiskey's over a barrel here. Well, gets a hit, but it's an easy start. Now, LS3 really needs to get her act together here because there's a table that's here for the clearing. All the reds are sitting pretty good, provided you get rid of the... I think there's like one remaining block in red, which is that one. One set goes out the way, which you've got room to get to. That opens up that final red. Everything goes. Well, that's actually messed the situation up there. You see, that's nudging stuff that you don't need to nudge when the table was sitting good. Needs to keep rolling, and that will do. Well, got the nudge in the black, but she's still okay. Slight angle there, but just a run through for the other red into this opposite corner pocket. And there's a slight angle there as well. Now let me have a look and see whether she can brush through and miss the black. This, I think it's too much of a cut here. She's going to hit the black, I think. Now if you hit it the right way, you could push the black towards the pocket. This is difficult to judge, so she's taking evasive manoeuvres. That's the right shot. Little jack up, little bottom and stun back. Well, I can't even remember what the high run is. It's not much more than this. But she's certainly well on for the highest run of the match. Perfect angle in the blue. Little stun back the way for that red that's above the black. Might able to just roll through as well. Aye, the angle's fine for that. So all is comfortable. And there's enough angle on that black as well. Now she could potentially come up on the short side of the red to play it in the other corner pocket here. I don't know whether the angle's good enough to play a big stun and come up into the middle of the table. We'll soon find out. Yeah, she's come around behind it. That's perfect. Well, the only thing that's going to spoil this is potentially the brown. But the brown will go if you're sitting at the right angle on it. And where this green is, if you've got to get good in the green first of all. That won't happen unless LS3 gets good in the green, but she's going to pot the green. Now, that's good. Can go forward and off the two rails and come out for the green. It needs to slow up though. That's too far. Yes, she can still pot the green, but she's not going to be good in the brown. We're going to try and bump something here. Yeah. Tried her best, got a little bump, but no joy. No. All you do now is give this a good bang and hope for the best. The break is 57, and that almost worked here. So a nice little contribution from LS3, and that secures frame number 5. Well, I suppose now the only objective for Whiskey is getting a consolation frame. Well, the green covers most of the left side of the table. The certainly the shot in the right side red is not great. It looks like Whiskey's going to have a bang at this. No, he isn't. Oh, he's caught the blue anyway. Well, his eyes are worse than mine. LS3's giving him a second go at it. Well, this has got to be thin. There is room to get out of there. It's got to be thin. If you're going off the left side of the pack, it's got to be really thin. And then if it's too thin, you end up bumping the other red that's loose. So we're trying to go into the back of them. That leaves a shot on. Well, at least I think it does. Yeah. Watch that side pocket. That'll do. Well, that's now a good angle to do whatever she wants to do. If she wants to be aggressive, she can try and nudge something else into play, but she's got 3 reds to work with. Yep, she had a pop, and a red has gone in. Whiskey's not going to get a great deal out of this either. With the one red on the left side, yes, it goes. Black ball's tied up, and the angle on this red is not good for getting out of there. You've got to jack up and get loads of screw in the cue ball to get out of there. But all he's doing is just taking what he can get. Well, the blue's now a blocker. There is a shot to nothing here. That red there. You get back to balk, and There's a chance it might still go. Now you need to get cover, and he might be getting it, and that'll work. So now LS3's got a little bit of a problem. Watch that pocket. Right, so first things first. Whiskey's got ball in hand in the D. He can pot a red. He can hold the cue ball for the black. So that's a start. But that's, I don't know the thinking behind that. You've got to be a bit more confident than that. You've got to pot the red and stay up there for the black. The main priority there would be pot that red, stay up there for the black, and the reason I say that is because you're not moving the cue ball a great deal. You've got reds that are there, and he's making hard work of this already. Now, same again, you drop the red in, you go forward to the rail, and you come back up for the black. Now, why he didn't do that first time around, I don't know. And he's almost blocked himself off here. And in the end, didn't get the cue ball high enough. So this now turns into a good opportunity for LS3. You've got reds there that go. You've got this one is a slight impediment, but she's taking care of that in one shot. So there's at least, including the red she's potted, there's at least 3 reds. There's 5 reds if you include them two. So there are points available here. And then she might have rolled too far. Let's have a look. Would you believe it? Going to have to play the plant and roll through. Try to squeeze it in the far side of the pocket. Well, that was well done. That used all of the available pocket. Oh. Well, that's a disappointment. Just 17. But Whiskey's the one that's got to produce something. And he could do with his highest run of the match, whatever that is, he could do with getting it. Well, he'll be glad he got that bump. Because I don't believe he played for it. I believe he played to get on the black. Well, it wiped its feet, has gone in. And he's no good. He's no good at all here. That red. Well, that would need to have a very thin brush, yeah. That was never going to work. Well, the red is available, and she can see enough of it to pot it. What a contrast in this match to the carry on a STUB. We haven't had any issues at all. I think she's got a shot on, has she? Oh, the pink goes. Yeah, the pink goes. Right, that's potentially the frame and match winning shot there, because that's now nudged the reds free. She's got the pink and black working, and now the objective is to finish off with a flourish. 50 odd break to finish the last frame, and something a bit more than that possibly here. Well, got to stun the black in and come back far enough for comfort on these reds. And that's just got there, so a little roll through for the black. And she creeps ever closer to the finishing line. Well, this match started at 7:15, so we're an hour and 35 minutes into it. And it's been all too easy for LS3. Well, the one thing's certain, she's definitely going to be in a different class of competition for her next match. That's going to be a step up in class in terms of the opponent. I've yet to see this guy Rosine play, but according to Semi-Pro, he's quite a good player, so Keith might have his work cut out. Oh, good evening, Albie. You can't be on holiday if you're in the stream. Is that guy in here? No. Mind you, if you not, did Albie forfeit that match anyway? Aye, is that what somebody said earlier on? Well, you might not have heard, but STUB forfeited as well, because we had all the carry on with his computer not been able to connect the room and all that crap. Oh, you're at a hotel? Ah, right. Ah, well, you should be able to play your one loss side match whenever that comes around. So you ain't out of it. Well, this is a good strong finish from LS3. 250 breaks at the end of each frame. Frame number 5 and frame number 6 for the match. So well done to LS3. Comfortable victory. 6 frames to 0 and a break of 72, which is definitely our highest of the match. So now we just need to have a quick confirmation. We'll refresh the view and we'll see that LS3 lies in wait for the winner of the Keith Rosen match, because we're pretty certain, having been told earlier by Keith that this guy's not responded, Keith's going to get advanced and LS3 will have the winner of that match. So one final reminder, folks, big match tomorrow night at 6 o'clock British Summer Time. We've got MC Clarkey against Coldest Pillow, and that should be a cracker. That should be a good battle between those two. I hope you can join us for that. And, well, STUB won't be bothering us anymore. He's gone. So that is it, folks. I am going to go get a coffee and something else. So I will bid you good evening, and thanks for watching.